Hi, I'm Kenton, and this is Kenton Knows. This is a video update on when and where to list your rental properties for free. Even though I did the first one in the fall of 2020, there are already a few changes like Apartments.com buying Cozy and Adobo changing their name to Rentable, along with a few other minor changes. If you like this video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing to my channel, and leave me any questions or comments below as well. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I am very cost conscious and like to be smart about when and where to spend money in my real estate business. Even though I have a full-time day job, my wife and I still do all of our showings in an effort to save money on leasing commissions each year. Since all of our properties are multi-unit apartment buildings in Chicago, we intentionally have only one-year leases set to expire between the end of April to the end of August. It is a little more difficult to rent an apartment before May 1 or after September 1 in Chicago, which is why I do not allow any month-to-month leases or any modifications that do not end before those dates. Before I get to the list of free listing websites, I list all of my available properties on each year. Let me first describe the full process I go through with regard to renewals each year. Step 1, ask for the renewal. For each apartment, I start 3 months prior to lease expiration, and I send the following renewal email to the current tenants. I hope you have enjoyed living at 123 Main Street, and I am inviting you to renew your lease for another year. Rents in the area have been increasing, but in an effort to keep you as a tenant, I am only raising your rent by X dollars, which is a Y% increase. If you'd like to renew, please reply to this email and I'll prepare the new lease for your signature online. I'll also add that if you aren't signing your leases online, you should highly consider making the switch. It's faster, easier, and you don't have to deal with any paper or worry about finding a time to meet. When I receive an application from a new tenant, I can have a fully signed lease with electronic payment in less than an hour. Step 2, follow up. If I don't have a response by mid-month, I will send another email saying that I plan to list and start showing the house or apartment by the first of the following month if I don't have a signed lease before that date. I may also add a line saying that if one roommate wants to leave, the other roommate can find a replacement and have the new person apply. Feel free to add anything relevant to help support their renewal, like recent improvements, new amenities, or anything else that may be relevant. Step 3, list the apartment. If I don't have a signed lease at 2 months prior to lease expiration, I place a for rent sign on the property, list the apartment on all of the free sites I will list shortly, and I also email all of my current tenants to see if they may know of someone potentially interested in renting this apartment. Depending on the number of inquiries, showings, and feedback I receive throughout that month, I may drop the price to increase interest. Step 4, add pay sites. If I don't have a signed lease by approximately 1 month prior to lease expiration, then I consider paying Zillow $9.99 a week to list the apartment. Although it is annoying to pay the fee, it is still way less expensive than a half or full month's rent to an agent or having a vacancy. If you are priced competitively, this should get it rented fairly quickly. Step 5, drop the price and or consider listing it with an agent. If you still don't have it rented and there are only 2 weekends left in the month, I would highly recommend another price drop. If you want to increase your audience further, there are a lot of other pay sites to consider, or you can list it on the MLS with an agent. Of course, using an agent is by far the most expensive way to rent your unit, and you'll pay at least a half month, but probably more likely a full month's rent by using an agent. However, you may value the agent's services. An agent would be able to help you price it, show the property to prospective tenants, run credit and background checks, collect payment, and coordinate the lease signing. If you go this route, you would have probably been better off dropping the price further to get it rented yourself. Remember, whatever your rent is, if you're going to pay an agent a full month's rent or have a vacancy for 1 month, you could instead drop your rent by up to 8.3% and break even for the year. Here's an example. If you're asking $1,500 per month, that would mean $18,000 in income for the year. Miss 1 month and you go down to $16,500, which is equal to receiving $1,375 per month. If you can sign a lease for anything over $1,375, you will be money ahead. So don't ever let a unit go vacant when a price drop should get it rented. Don't let your ego get the better of you here. Remember, it's a business and you're playing the long game. A slightly lower income in 1 year on one unit is a lot better than losing more by letting it sit vacant, and you'll never recover that lost income. So Where should you list your rentals each year? I use Tenant for my property management, and I start by listing the unit on Tenant. I have a full video on Tenant if you'd like to learn more about it. But the good thing here is that Tenant sends or syndicates the listing to a bunch of other websites automatically for free. Next, I create my own listings on the following free websites, which I put in order of the sites that I generally get the most leads from, down to the least leads, if any at all. Apartments.com, which recently bought Cozy. Facebook, Avail, Tenant, Zumper, Rentable, which was formerly Adobo, Rental Ads, RentBerry, Real Rentals, and RentDigs. Many of these sites also syndicate the ads, so your listing will appear on some of these sites more than once, which in my opinion is a good thing. Some of these sites also offer tenant applications, screening, and varying levels of property management. But as I stated earlier, I personally believe Tenant is the best and most cost-effective option for my portfolio. It's completely free to test, and I did a full video explaining why I use Tenant. In the past, I also posted on Craigslist, but stopped when they started charging $5 per month in Chicago. I know that isn't much, but since I rarely got leads from them anyways, I didn't think it was worth the time or expense to keep posting there. It may be different in your area or for the price point of your rentals, so definitely consider Craigslist an option. Now we come to Zillow. Zillow has a huge audience and owns both Trulia and HotPads. This is by far the best site to list your property on, and you will most likely get many more quality leads from here than any other website. The only problem is Zillow charges $9.99 per listing per week, so I usually try to get a tenant from the free sites before I start to pay Zillow for the listing. However, if this is your first time using Zillow to list a rental, you do get one free listing, so definitely take advantage of that. Also note, the listings on the free listing websites do expire, so you'll need to periodically log into each website to renew or refresh your listing at each site. I try to refresh them each week around Thursday to get them near the top before the tenants start looking to set up weekend showings. Of course, Zillow will automatically keep renewing and charging you each week, so you'll need to be sure to cancel that listing as soon as you get a signed lease. I hope this helps you rent your house or apartments faster and for higher rents without paying to advertise to get new leads. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. If you know of any other free listing websites that I missed, please share them in the comments below. If you are looking for a property management program or just a program to accept online applications and run credit checks, please take a look at my video on Tenant. It is completely free to sign up and test it out for yourself. Thank you for watching Kenton Knows, and I wish you the best of luck with all of your real estate investments.